Tonight, we are learning new information on a deadly crash that killed a 5-year-old child. A 22-year-old student working on her master's degree is in jail tonight on manslaughter charges for that accident. On July 4th, Doan Mai was driving down I-10 when police say she suddenly hit the brakes and another car hit her from behind. A 5-year-old boy in Mai's car was thrown from the vehicle and died. He was not in a car seat. KENS 5's Alicia Nieves has been following this story for us. And Alicia, what do we know about the relationship between this woman and the boy?
Well, her attorney says the two are not related. He said what happened was Tuesday, Mai went to pick up a couple of friends, one of whom brought their 5-year-old little brother along and restrained him in the car using a seat belt instead of a car seat. Now, the attorney says SAPD is using a traffic violation as the act of recklessness to charge his client with manslaughter.
She's a young Vietnamese girl who's just trying to make a better life for herself and her family.
Bobby Barrera is representing Doan Mai.
She is emotionally devastated.
Mai is in jail for manslaughter in a tragic accident that killed 5-year-old Tony Tran. Mai, who looked forward to graduating from St. Mary's University, is now instead looking at the possibility of deportation.
She's on a student visa, and because of the mere allegation of this offense, it could affect her ability even to remain in the United States.
Barrera says this crash is a complicated case, and with the investigation not yet complete, he says it's too soon to draw conclusions.
The problem with this case is the emotional impact of because it involves the death of a child. Those cases are always given great scrutiny.
He says different parties could be held responsible. The driver, the person who rear-ended his client, even the boy's sister. Based on the evidence, Barrera believes the force of the crash was so great the child likely would not have survived, even with a car seat.
I don't know any expert that is going to go out on a limb and say, had that child been in a car seat, he would be alive today.
The DA hasn't filed any formal charges yet. What's next is DPS will do a complete crash reconstruction. They'll send that to SAPD, who will send their findings to the DA likely within the next 90 days. Live on the Northwest Side, Alicia Nieves, KENS 5.
We'll continue to follow that story. Thank you, Alicia.